You forgot the Bronx?
I forgot it in my own.
Oh, I have it.
Alright.
Let me turn off my.
Look at you and your lesson plan.
Hmm?
You and your lesson plan.
It's gotta be done.
I know. I gotta do mine still. Are you done with you?
Yeah, this is my last lesson video.
I hate you so much. I still have to do all the group ones.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Since I didn't see the prelude last time, maybe we can start with that one.
Can I use this little green stool?
If you need it. What is your like main focus when you play this prelude?
You mean technical?
Technical or musical?
My main focus.
A lot of key changes.
Yeah.
When you
It's hard to
talk about
memorize.
them.
Yeah.
Is that your memorization technique?
One of them, yeah. Other than coloring the.
Right, coloring patterns. It's hard to do it with those. You need like 70 different colors.
Yeah, I would usually just do a phrase though, one at a time, different color. I think the biggest musical thing is probably just bringing out the melody in the right hand.
Yeah,
And then
right.
finding the climax.
The
So, yeah.
the top notes. Okay. All throughout. Now, I was wondering, as you were learning this piece, what was your maybe focus on the pedal? Like, do you have a certain pattern that you're following? Or was it just something that you just did it intuitively, naturally?
I don't know, I think I'm probably just doing it more by ear.
By ear? I just was asking that because sometimes when there's a lot of things going on melodically in the left hand, especially on this piano, I heard just a little bit of overlap, and I thought maybe clarity. I think you kind of made the adjustment too. Maybe it could use maybe half pedal or a quarter pedal, especially when it becomes in that second system. If you can start on going to that second phrase, let's try to make the adjustment with the pedal, maybe using half pedal, especially when we have the grace notes going to the C sharp. And then even here to the E, because there's so many little notes that we need to be aware of. So could you start right here? As you're going to do da 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 da. The second grace note, da 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 da, or what is it? Let's try to hear that the first time where it comes around.
Okay. Same place?
Yes, that'd be great. Yes, exactly. Yeah, so that way we could hear all the notes going into that trill. That much better. Are you doing the staccatos here? I don't know. Yeah. Are you using the staccato?
Not really, no.
Let's see what that sounds like, just because it's an indication marked by the composer. I've heard the recording where they're emphasizing that, especially there's a crescendo into that next downbeat. You could go ahead and start at the same place if you like. Contact in your right hand because you're trying to make a dense, heavy harmonic sound here. I wonder if that will help if you keep close to the keys. And then you can go back to it. Yes, let's try to listen for that as we go into that, maybe in the going to the third phrase. I like that. It just kind of, whoa, what was that? And it's kind of like a rattlesnake's tail that you just hear at the end. That's what it reminds me of. Start from the beginning. Let's try to work for that third phrase. We're like actually building up to that. Because third phrase just is a reinstatement of the first one, right?
Yeah.
Or close to it. There's a little twist to it. So let's go ahead and start that again. And actually, I wanted to mention, I thought you did a very good job bringing out the 16 notes. Like the length of it was really appropriate. Because I've also heard, amateur pianists shortening that 16 note, bum, bum, ba bum. But I hear that length in yours, and maybe if we can try to bring that out. I was wondering if you could maybe do an exercise for me, just playing C major scale or E major scale since we're in E major. So we feel the division between the threes and twos. Have you done that before? The three against two. Can you try that on E major? Maybe the triplets in the right hand, eighth notes in the left hand, or vice versa. Either way. So we could really hear that division.
It's kind of running myself. Is that right?
That's right, huh?
Yeah.
So just like that, we want to hear that clear bum, bum. So let's try not to cut it. Not that you were doing before, but every single one of them, I'm going to try to listen for that when we get to those places. lines. And there must be a reason why Chopin did that, because it's not every time he makes that syncopation. You know what I mean? Like sometimes he lines it up with the triplets. So let's try to bring that out. Maybe start somewhere on here. When we get to the fourth phrase, it's a reinstatement of the first and third phrase that what you have marked here. Is it possible for us to, after all of these syncopation, and fortissimo, is this where the climax that you're trying to bring out?
Yeah.
I can really hear that. So when we get back to that piano, really make a color change with the pedal, maybe use a soft pedal, do something so that way maybe the mood is completely different, because it's the third time that he's talking about that. Somewhere around here in the middle of the third phrase, anywhere. I'm singing the right notes. Yeah, that was great. So just take a little bit more time so that I could really listen for that piano for the fourth phrase.
Okay. Read it again.
Please.
Thanks a lot.
A little bit later is okay too. The taste that I would kind of go for. Let's hear just the ending now to that fermata. Or do you want to just start right here?
Okay. The what?
That was great. Now here. Sorry to interrupt. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Maybe then the first time he really wants that pa-pa sound, and here not so much, right? Because it's double flat or triple flat, right? On the fourth statement. Something to think about. Yeah. So maybe shorten those in the last phrase. Maybe the downbeat's more important that time.
Yeah. Except for this one, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strange. I wonder if there's a reason. Let's listen for this one then.
All right.
Things that we want to be observant of. Did you have any thoughts, extra thoughts about that piece?
No.
Okay. And this.
Those are the only realms.
Yeah. So you said you're not playing this for jury.
Played it last semester, I guess.
Oh, okay. Could we try just the right hand of this B section, since I've already heard you play this entire thing? I was just thinking about some things. Could I just hear you? Just the right hand, so I know what to listen
just
for.
the right hand?
Mm-hmm.
Hear
You're
that?
playing it.
Yeah, I'm just talking about. Never mind.
The sound inside the piano?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sound. you can think of?
Kind of sounds like water in a way.
I agree.
Yeah.
I was thinking like water or like a reflection in the water, something that's like very sparkly or twinkling. Let's try to play like a chromatic octave. Try to make the sound as twinkling, as crystal, and as transparent as possible. And you could use the pedal. Let's just go from like F sharp to F sharp, one octave up and down. And then come back down. That's string. It's not string. It's easier for me to go from the top note. But I just rarely see that. That was cool.
Wait, what do you mean?
So you know how you start from the bottom note?
Yeah.
I usually start from the top note.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, let's go ahead and try the same thing. A little bit more legato and lighter, like pianissimo.
If I can get that on this piano.
You know, emphasizing the top notes this time, just in your right hand.
How's that again?
Something like that. Try it.
You mean double pencil or just the right?
Just the right hand.
Okay.
Now let's try to apply that to our melody, that kind of texture, that kind of sound, that kind of transparent sound that you're making.
Okay.
That was much better in terms of sound. With your teacher, did you ever try alternative fingering?
Alternative fingering.
Like
not
me.
for this piece, no. Before
I wonder if that could help you with the legato. You know what I mean?
this. Yeah, probably would a lot.
You
We just
try
have to take
just-
time to
Right, to like,
relearn it, yeah.
right. Try it just like very, very slowly and with the left hand. And so that way we could hear a little bit more of the legato sound that we see that's indicated. Can we try a little bit of that? So with the legato notes, using alternative fingering as much as you can. We could even write them down. And your hand probably bigger than mine. Something like that.
Okay.
That in itself sounds so much more better because
Yeah.
it's not disconnected, you know. Try with the left hand, and you can play, a little bit slower.
I like that a lot better.
Yeah, I did too. Just for some reason, that thumb and the pinky connection just sounds very, very nice. And we also talked about some size. That was more for the Beethoven, but the variation, all these contrasting elements, how we go into this C section. Please start at the end of the B section. And when you get to this part, when I was listening to various recordings, the texture always thinned out a lot at this section. And let's just try to kind of play around with that idea.
Okay.
Okay, so would you mind starting at the end of the B section? that's what you were trying to do differently, as I was talking about thinning out the texture, but the melody came out so much more than last time. I'm just wondering, you know, that adjustment made that happen. That was very nice. I didn't mean to interrupt, but go ahead and pick up where you just ended, and let's go ahead and take it all the way to the end. I may ask you to do some different things in the A section, but the variation. Thank you for using the soft pedal board to make a difference.
You're very welcome.
There's a rest here. I think you did the right thing by making that, alone or by itself. So, what kind of contrast are you thinking about making between the first statement and the second statement? Did you want the second one to be a little bit more forefront than the first time? When that
I don't know if I
variation.
described it that way, but yeah, that's what I was going for, yeah.
Okay. Then perhaps maybe we can make this even softer to have an emphasis on that measure 75. And just like very far away. So it's even, more emphasized right in front of us. Try that from the C sharp.
From the C sharp?
I'm sorry, C to E. Very nicely when you come to that second spot.
Too much pressure, Anna. Too much pressure.
Sorry. Okay. And you have your Beethoven?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just walking.
Oh, my roommate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, rents a room.
That's cool.
She's moving out in a couple weeks because she's getting married.
Oh,
Yeah.
kind of cool.
You know, I remember dealing with this piece with you on those, especially those two-note slurs. Could you find measure 29 for me? Maybe we could kind of start with those gestures. Dee-da, dee-da, at the same time. You remember that?
You would torture me.
It's hard. Try that. I'll play the right hand. One, ready, go. And one, ready, go. Switch. One, ready, go. Both hands. You're getting there. Definitely your brains are rewiring that part, right? I like that. Let's try in chord. Down, up. So we just get that motion and sound.
Okay.
So just inversion. Good. Nicely done with the pedal. Now since we won't really have that luxury here, right? Let's try without the pedal, see if we can maintain the legato between the hands. I'm really using like the weight of my hand to play that first one and thinking about just lifting my hand up. Dee-da, as I'm, like I'm grabbing something and pulling it away. Dee-da, dee-da. That's how I feel. Maybe it could feel a little bit different for you. Try it. Don't cheat! Let's see how your left hand does. For me, it's easier going up with my left hand. Yeah, you too. Does it feel easier going up? Then maybe going down for the right hand is easier. Try going down with the right hand. Much improved. Okay, so we want to think about that kind of sound and that kind of gesture when we're doing, you know, little tiny slurs, which she has everywhere in this piece. Let me have you start at the beginning, at the end of the phrase. We have that the two-note slurs just reoccurring moment after moment. So I'll listen for that as you play.
Have fun with that.
What's that?
I said have fun with that.
Thanks. piece that would make it challenging for a student to execute.
With different articulations.
I agree. Like there's so many different, there's a variety of like articulation and rhythmic things too, right?
Yeah.
Like right hand against left hand, like having to figure out how all of these little tiny notes line up. This part was great. There was definitely a lot more connection between the right hand and left hand. Just the same thread between the right hand and left hand. Can you just play this snippet for me? I want to gather. And we're doing the two-note slider. That's my main focus for this piece. And the articulation, like you mentioned. You did something really good here. I want to just help you just internalize so we can apply it to other places. Can you play that part for me, measure 54? I love that. Left hand is great. Now try the same thing here, because now your right hand and left hand just switched places. And try to get that ba, ba, ba. The keys. Here, I heard accents, so maybe we could take the accents out and just make the second note shorter instead. Da, 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 da. So we don't have to work so hard for the first down. That you brought out. What was it? Yeah. There was this one spot where the portatos were just really good. Where was that? Was it there? It was before that. Maybe it was this one. Maybe you could just play that much, just so you know what that feels like, so we can apply that to other places. That should be playing.
Also go higher, that makes the penis more.
Let's apply that to here. Do you notice how your thumb is a little bit longer?
Yeah. It's because it's retarded.
Is it? Because that's like where the color changes. Can you maybe go into that? You're doing so wonderfully on these like chromatic weird scales. And then this is where we finally have going into the next F. So let's try that. Change that. That's another thing. That's so weird. Da, 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 da. I noticed that my arm just wants to get heavier from after playing all these legos. Can you try that from the F? Smooth legato going down. On that thumb. Yeah.
I'm not fan.
B flat, huh? to 16 note instead of 32nd. Let's try that one last time. Those are portados. Legato, smooth, pop, 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 pop. Hands together, that was wonderful. We missed the beat for the pizza.
Okay.
Line it. That should be with
That
the
doesn't
C,
feel
right?
Yeah, let me start from the
Yeah, that's
beginning
good.
right
That's
now.
good.
That's not right.
Double clef. Oh, I like that. It just leads into that next section so well. Okay, next. That's a little bit different. That's interesting that those are the same, but these are different. But they're almost the same, aren't they? Interesting. Okay, go ahead and try the portata. I see. So you're doing it from your fingertips. Try doing it with your entire arm. Isn't that easier? I don't know.
Hold on, let me try one more time.
Like the forearm kind of like goes this way. And then you can just turn on the legato button. More weight, so you don't make it sound like a staccato, right? Yeah. Keep going. That's really good. Let me start here, my favorite part. One thread, start it here. Here on the G, A, B flat. Oh, I like this part. Sorry to market music, but I love that. Can you bring that out for me? There's even a sforzando, even made written by, I don't know, maybe Beethoven? Let me check mine. Written by Beethoven. Da, 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 the half step to the D flat. If you could really bring that out and then release. Okay, challenge. Go from here to here with those portados and then with that sforzando. And then last two chords, are you pedaling them? Can I hear the last two chords with non-legato pedal, just to kind of cushion them? About 30% shorter. Both of them same length. Then you make them the second one shorter. Pa, pa. Now with the top notes. You're one of those. Yeah, I don't know. You can play around with that. It's heard in a few ways. Oh, maybe a little bit of ring would be okay. Maybe keeping the pedal down. Let me try to see what it would sound like with the pedal. I'm actually lifting my fingers a little bit sooner than the pedal. No, you could try, you could experiment with that, see what fits you best. Yeah, the portato was really, really good. Does that make sense? Like kind of using the weight of your arm. That was good just because it goes into the blue section.
Lesson plan.
Lesson plan! And the sign was so much more apparent than last time. Oh, I was wondering maybe if we could apply the same thing that we were trying on Brahms with a finger legato. Da, 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 da. Can you just see what that would feel like? Maybe from where the F, 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 E flat, E flat, or E, D, D, C. You don't even have to work for the two-note slurs because it's already kind of happening in your body, right? Try that one last time, maybe go into it from somewhere.
Same length,
Is that different?
that's just the same length, these two. I
Oh.
held that out.
Oh, yeah.
Very longer.
Yeah, I like that. It just sounds just like more connected. And when we get to that left hand part, I heard more of the right hand, but I think your right hand has got a good volume. But I want to ask you for more right hand. So let's bring down the left hand. Just keep your fingers like inside the key, almost like halfway down. Something like that. So that way it's not ringing beyond the right hand melody. Because right now it's almost this equal between right hand and left hand. So I feel like your right hand has to really work hard for that. Ba-bum. Just kind of mumbling in the background. So really there's like a shield over your left hand. This idea. And just so it's a little bit more in the background than the foreground. There was another place like that here. Let's do the same thing. I think it's a little bit easier to maintain that. Yeah. You get the idea though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So just like if you just like stay in the keys and maybe think there's something over your hand so you can't really go beyond that, that might help you to just control that, keeping it low. I think we talked about a lot in this piece. Are you playing this too?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Cool. I hope I didn't taint anything that you were trying.
I was just ignoring your meetings.
Good. Take what you'd like.
Well, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Now, Chopin back. Thank you.
Yeah, the same.